Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Admit है sir तो ma'am just a second. Sir is admit ना sir तो मैम आपको को होस्ट बना रही हूँ एक बार
जी
तो आप एक बार शेयर करके देख लीजिएगा. Also among us Dr. Raju Agarwal sir, director of this college is also with us.
गुड आफ्टरनून.
नमस्कार मैम.
नमस्कार सर, कैसे हैं आप?
बस ठीक है, आप कैसे मैम?
बिल्कुल ठीक सर, सब कुछ मंगल.
हाँ बोल.
हेलो.
Ma'am now you are co-host, just that share once so एक बार check हो जाए.
जी मैम, बिल्कुल एक सेकंड दीजिएगा. जस्ट टेकिंग वन मोमेंट.
Done ma'am, it's visible. अच्छा, one thing, ma'am, we have to show our break ads in between
ओके.
for 2 to 3 times.
ओके.
So first, I just welcome all the audience along with you. And after reading your introduction, है ना, उसके बाद एक that will be 15 second ad break है हमारा, वो चलेगा. तो there's the saying that can you arrange your share your screen until then मैं एक ad break दिखाती हूँ. फिर
ठीक है.
आपका इन बिटवीन अगर आप 30 मिनट्स में एक पॉज लेना चाहें तो उसमें एक 10 सेकेंड्स का एड ब्रेक होगा एंड आफ्टर एक क्वेश्चन आंसर से पहले होगा. ये 3 एड ब्रेक्स होंगे, वो फॉर द एडमिशन कॉल हम लोग के ये एड ब्रेक्स है मैम.
ठीक है मैम.
ठीक है, सो आप मुझे बोल दीजिएगा मैम आई नीड 30 सेकेंड्स फॉर द ब्रेक, इस तरह तो उसी टाइम पे हम चला देंगे.
ठीक है मैम.
है?
डन.
तो अभी एक बार हम आपका ये फ्लायर, मेन फ्लायर इसको शो कर रहे हैं एंड व्हेन आई एम गोइंग टू स्टार्ट योर इंट्रोडक्शन आपका फ्लायर आ जाएगा ना, आफ्टर दैट आप शेयरिंग कर दीजिए.
जी बिल्कुल.
है ना, 2 to 3 अपना सेशन होगा एंड 5 मिनट्स का या 3 मिनट्स का क्वेश्चन आंसर राउंड. 3-5 पे वी आर गोइंग टू क्लोज द सेशन.
डन.
Done? Okay, thank you. So we'll be start in 2 minutes only. Best of luck.
थैंक यू सो मच.
दीपक सर इन कर दीजिए सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स को. वो हो चुका सर लाइव. अच्छा, दीपक सर ऑल्सो स्टार्ट लाइव इन यूट्यूब, है ना. Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome on behalf of Assistant Subodh Management Institute on second day of 5 days faculty program come workshop on innovation and technology in digital pedagogy. Today's speaker, Madam Subui Akhtar. I welcome you, ma'am, on behalf of Assistant Subodh Management Institute and all the members fraternity. Would like to say few words about Subhuhi ma'am. She's a creative entrepreneur, continuously work with startups, media house, and organization for brand awareness, lead generation, digital marketing activities, and branding for businesses. She started her career primarily as an educator and then went ahead to be a freelancer writer, editor, content marketing professional, and have earned industry recognition by being in the business of 18 years with a well-get education and her subscribed standard-oriented 360-degree digital marketing and brand services with an example of admits the quality of work and timeline. I welcome Madam Subuhi Akhtar on this lovely and beautiful screen with all prestigious and eminent faculty members from Pan India. Ma'am, please share your screen while there is an ad break. Deepak sir, can we have an ad break before starting the ma'am's session?
एमबीए के लिए सुबोध मैनेजमेंट से बेहतर कोई इंस्टीट्यूट नहीं है। एक्सपीरियंस से कह रहा हूँ।
जहां प्लेसमेंट गारंटी, स्कॉलरशिप, सेफ एंड हेल्दी एनवायरमेंट के साथ आपको मिलेगा रीजनेबल फीस में क्वालिटी एजुकेशन का भरोसा। सुबोध मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट मैनेज बाय सुबोध शिक्षा समिति एट शिप्रापत मानसरोवर। फॉर एडमिशन कॉल 9829844446।
Thank you so much for watching and hope ma'am you are ready with your session and the slides.
First of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Let me welcome you, first of all, to this higher education endeavor that Subodh Jain School has taken in. अपनी resources को develop करना ये एक बेहद ज़रूरत हो चुकी है आज की। Hello, am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Please continue.
Yeah, I'm so sorry for this.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I was saying ki it's a definitely a necessity right now to develop faculties to keep them abreast with the newer technologies that there is, and I really commend SSGen schools for taking this endeavor to develop their faculties and resources, because at the end of the day, the most important resource that a person or any institute or any corporate can invest in is the human resource. So going ahead, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to taking it forward. Today, we would be talking about leveraging artificial intelligence in digital marketing, specifically for higher education. We keep on talking about AI. We are scared of it. Sometimes we people think कि ये शायद ज़रूरत नहीं है हमारी, या फिर human factor हमारा खत्म हो जाएगा. What we do not realize that artificial intelligence is nothing but a resource for us to make us all the more productive. पहले हमारी जिंदगी आसान होती थी, हम 1 से 10 काम करते थे दिन के अंदर. आज की तारीख में हमें वो 1 से 10 काम 1 घंटे के अंदर करने होते हैं, और we have to multiply it quite many times during the day. So AI is that productive tool that can help you leverage your time, that can help you develop or stop you from doing mentally exhausting work day in and day out. And it can help you with not only improving your productivity as a faculty, but also improving the brand reputation for the Institute. So let's moving forward. Let me start with that. What is AI? Now, AI is, we have kept on hearing about it. किसी ने टर्मिनेटर मूवी देखा, किसी को कुछ पता चला that they'll control our minds and everything. But AI is nothing which talks about simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially computer systems. These processes include learning, reasoning, and self-correction. अब जैसे ही हमारा एक दिमाग काम करता है, हम लर्न करते हैं, हम रीजन करते हैं और उसके बाद अपने आप को सेल्फ करेक्ट करते हैं, उसी तरीके से कंप्यूटर काम लर्न करता है, सेल्फ रीजन करता है, वो रिएक्ट करता है हमारी बेसिस ऑफ लर्निंग के, एंड देन इट कीप्स ऑन इम्प्रूविंग ओवर इटसेल्फ ओवर द टाइम based on the past errors and everything that has happened. Now, moving forward, if we were to understand that what are AI's capabilities, AI primarily has three capabilities, and those capabilities work day in and day out, and they are continual. एक cycle की तरीके से continuously वो चलती हैं. जैसे आपका हमने बात किया ability to process information and rules through machine learning and deep learning. Just a second, give me a second, please. My screen seems to have frozen. Can someone see my, yes, now it is moving, right? So when we say the basic understanding of AI or artificial intelligence is the simulation, हम उसी तरीके से हम उसे जब इवॉल्व करते हैं, आगे मूव करते हैं, तो हमारा अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्या होता है कि हम किस तरीके से इंफॉर्मेशन और रूल्स को प्रोसेस कर रहे हैं, that how we are taking it forward. When you are a child or when you are teaching a child, you do not go into direct word formation and reading. Yes, there are phonic formations now. You make them identify the sounds of a particular letter, and rather, instead of making them learn A for apple, now you're making them apple, because that helps them in their phonetics and development, right? So how did it evolve from A for apple to apple? You learned, you reasoned, and you know that we have to teach the sound to a child, and you self-corrected your behavior as a teacher. Someone developed a mechanism, and then you went over to develop it as a phonic system. Apple, ball, rather than telling them B for ball, right? So you could see that at one point of time that when we were as kids, we were able to read when we were in 3rd grade or 4th grade, specifically English. Our children, as young as 3 years old, can read the newspaper on their own. And for them, English is not a different, they are able to develop it because English is also an immersive language. But when it comes to reading, just because we self-corrected our behavior as individuals, we developed a system similarly so that our children could read effectively. Similarly, the computers do the same. Now, we think that it might be a very new thing कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस अभी पिछले 8-10 सालों में ही उसने शायद टूल पकड़ा है, that it has just sped up right now. What we don't understand that our artificial intelligence has evolved from the as early as 1940s. First artificial neurons were developed in 1943 by Warren McCulloch and Walter Pitts. And then it went in and we developed it over 1950, 1956. I would be sharing this presentation as a PDF format for everyone to use or to probably subscribe to go on and understand it better and explain it and be able to reason with it. Now, as we said, that artificial intelligence is a simulation of human intelligence, processes by machines. They include learning from data reasoning to making decisions, self-correction to improving over time. And Imagine applying these capabilities to higher education marketing now. Now, the possibilities are endless. How do we are saying that the possibilities are endless? Understand this. From development of artificial neurons to development of big data, or a chess or a college, sorry, a computer defeating Gary Kasparov in 1997, there were huge leaps and bounds in the development. Cutting to 2000s, that is where in 2006 that deep learning paper came in. IBM Watson had won Jeopardy. It was not just certain reasoning programs, but fact basis, quiz programs using language processing and analytics, to current scenarios where the focus on ethical AI and regulation has been used. With schools with such a diverse information that we have received, how can higher education improvise and implement artificial intelligence and leverage? अब तक स्लाइड्स बहुत जल्दी जल्दी चली हैं. अब जो होगा, एक एक स्लाइड पे हम बेहद ज्यादा वक्त यूज करेंगे. We would be explaining them further, and then I would be opening up. With every slide, there would be 2 questions that I would be taking in rather than waiting at the end. And Parul ma'am, I would let you know to open the systems for 2 minutes after every slide description so that we can answer those questions, and then we would move over to the next slide. So AI's emergence in higher education marketing. किस तरीके से emerge कर रहा है और कैसे कर रहा है, and how we can effectively use it. Primarily, we are in the business of education. Primarily, we are in the business of making a person so effective in their communication that they are able to face the world in come what may situation, be it their professional situation, be it their personal situation, be it their financial situation, be it their personal journey as in personal education situation. So we are talking about artificial intelligence in higher education marketing and how the higher educational institutes can use that to do or to fulfill their first basic goal. That is to create a very comprehensive and a very personalized approach to for each student. एक आंच में 5 उंगलियां बराबर नहीं होती. एक घर में एक सर्कमस्टांसेस में रहते हुए सेम सिचुएशंस के अंदर पले बड़े 2 बच्चे, 2 भाई बहन, 2 भाई एक जैसे नहीं होते. So how do we incorporate that? We are talking about now personalized communications and predictive analysis, depending upon that how the child's behavior is, what kind of a focus that child has, how whether he requires 30 hours on a particular topic or whether he require only 3 hours, whether he needs 30 minutes of writing practice or does he require 3 hours of writing practice, does he require any particular attention in a particular area, so that we can devise a personalized timetable. So far, what we focus on teaching 30 students in one section, and we have sections which can last us A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, depending upon how many students that we have in a particular class, particular grade. Now think about a teacher. She has limited time. She gets up the earliest in the household, or he. I'm not talking about the gender, but generally teachers are taken as she, so I'm just using the word she. So don't mind my using that. Coming back to it again, the teacher wakes at the earliest. If it's a female teacher, she would be the first one who'll probably be out of the bed, do her puja, uh, get the food going in the kitchen, get her children out of the bed, send them to school, get ready in the meanwhile, catch a bus, take a transport, and come to the institute that she's teaching. Her day starts at 5:30, and God knows her day ends nothing before 9:30 or 10:30 in the night. Apart from her regular chores, what she's doing, she is focusing on 120 to 150 children who are entrusted to her care, to her intelligence, to her mentorship, right? So imagine hand holding 120 children. How do we do that? How we can effectively take away the burden from the teachers and can distribute. AI can help us leverage that situation. First, you take notes. You don't have to type everything, you don't have to write everything. You can probably, as of now, you can create voice notes, upload them in AI, and it can give you detailed report of a child depending upon your observations. You cross check it, you copy it, you paste it, voila, one report card done, which normally used to take 20 to 30 minutes, which has come down to 5 minutes, right? Why? Because the redundancy of typing the same text again and again. Now, no two report cards also look the same. Why? Because you were able to give very personalized observations that you have had of that child, whether it was communication based, whether it was personality based, whether it was their reasoning and logical ability based, where it was their physical capability based, so on and so forth, right? And then over a period of time, those report cards which stay in the AI, which were generated with the AI, the predictive analysis of a child's behavior can also determine what his or her future holds, as in not in the astrology, as in what kind of technologies that child can use, what kind of subjects that child should hold interest in, what kind of emerging career opportunities are coming in, so that you are able to guide that child effectively. I hope that I'm clear so far. And in that case, I would like to understand, uh, if there are any questions or anything that you would like to like at this point of time, you can drop in at the chat box so that I can address the messages also. Now, second thing, we as teachers are the brand ambassadors. We are the brand's face. How? We are the school's face. How we carry ourselves, how we present ourselves to the world, what kind of a knowledge basis that we have, how do we interact with our students, that makes us the brand's face. And it's us who would be transforming the student recruitment as well. As many people. Now, let's say your assessment has been cut short. Earlier, you used to take probably 10 days to churn up 120 report cards. Now, maximum 3 to 4 hours. Think about that how effectively you are interacting with the students or the student community to be, and how you're effectively making helping make a student a decision about a particular institute. So you are not only being a brand face, you are also being a mentor, and more effectively as of now. Now, how does that happen? We would be sharing it in the further situations also. But just for the sake of faculty support, that how you're automating administrative tasks, the reports, the class plans, generating the reports per student wise, and thinking about what new topics can be introduced to a particular student, doing the research bit, and then taking away the mental load. Having said all of this, the most important part, targeting and engagement strategies for a student, how we would go about it, we would start covering in the second slide. Anyone who has any questions as of now? Any questions? So I'm thinking that I'll probably move over to the next content bit. Parul ma'am, am I audible to you? What you're seeing as of now, the images, all these images, and there's a reason why you would find certain spelling mistakes in these images. Why? Because I will show you a practical example of how to generate these images, because all these images that you're seeing right now are generated by AI. According to the content that I had provided the AI, that what kind of corresponding image that I wanted. Okay. So it is still working towards its spellings, and we can still further improvise that. But then you would see in certain practical areas that how the faculty can improvise on their work hours, how the administrative jobs and the redundant jobs can be reduced so that they can put effectively their brains where it works best. That is strategies and mentoring, right? So what are the goals of using AI in higher education? First, the first goal that happens to be is to ease the faculty's workloads. I've just given you one small example how you're easing a faculty's workloads. First, all the observations that a teacher needs to make, she doesn't have to write it down or carry a diary note or whatever. She can probably record them, and those recordings can be transcribed through AI and can be uploaded into any of the learning modules of a GPT or of an NLP, right? Small example. I would encourage people to install GPT on their phones. Okay. With the newer GPT models, I'm just getting into the chat mode and then just recording something. It is firing up. Hi, I'm Subhuvi.
Yes, I'm all ready to go. What's on your mind today?
Thank you so much for asking. I am Subhuvi, and right now I'm taking a presentation for faculty members of an esteemed institution. I was just trying to tell them that how you can help them ease their faculty workloads, that how you can help them improve student retention, and how you can help enhance the satisfaction amidst student and the teacher community. So, can you help me when we are talking about
That sounds
this?
like a fantastic initiative, Sabuhi. I can definitely help simplify tasks for faculty, like automating administrative duties or grading, providing personalized learning experiences for students to boost retention, and enhancing communication between students and teachers to improve overall satisfaction. How would you like to integrate these points into your presentation?
Would it be possible for you to list down everything that you
Great.
can do?
If you need specific details or examples on how AI can be implemented in these areas, just let me know. I'm here to help.
Let's start doing that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's start with easing faculty workloads. AI can automate tasks like attendance tracking, grade.
Now, what did I just do? In 5 minutes of time, I simply asked them that what all things can be implemented using AI. Because however much abreast with the technology I might be, I do not know because the changes are being made every second, right? So, how did she help me? She helped me laid out. She said that she can do everything from attendance tracking to helping me develop the effective grading system over a chat. How easy was that? Whatever that has come to your mind at any given point of time. हम राइटर्स को कहते थे, बच्चों को कहते थे कि आपको कोई राइटिंग या कुछ समझ में आता है, राइट इट डाउन साइमल्टेनियसली. बट हमारे पास हर वक्त पेन एंड पेपर नहीं होता. आज की तारीख में हमारे पास क्या होता है? फोन होता है. We can create voice notes. We can create voice chats with our GPTs, with the platform of our liking, which can help us, be it Gemini, be it Bard, be it GPT. Yes? Be it Copilot also. So, how is it helping? What did it list out for me? It listed out automating administrative tasks. That is, it can handle repetitive tasks like attendance recording, scheduling, sending reminders, so that it's freeing up faculty time for more interactive and value added activities with the students. Grading and feedback can assist in grading assignments in an exam, particularly for objective type questions. Preliminary feedback on essays and reports can help set criteria for a more personalized growth report for a child. Personalized learning, that it can analyze individual student performance over the years and help enhance the learning styles which can be recommended to a student, and personalized resources and assignments could be developed for the child to improve at their own pace, be it fast, be it slow. Virtual assistance, predictive analysis, enhancing research, facilitating collaborative learning, course and curriculum development. That's all listed here. How much time? That's exactly what I'm trying to propose here. By using artificial intelligence, you are not only improving your productivity, you are saving yourself and you are enhancing your own development, as well as you are creating a promise of a child or a student who is interested in your care and his or her development. So, easing faculty workloads, we just knew. You're improving student retention because you're enhancing the satisfaction factor. Your results are being improved. The personalized attention is being given in. The students would retain in the school, and it would further enhance the recruitment aspect. So, are we all aligned with these goals? Drop a yes, a quick yes in the chat box if you want to answer. Yes, Dr. Shakshi wishes. ChatGPT 4.0 is a very good tool. Everyone develops it accordingly. We can further, if the school allows, we can create workshops for the faculty how to develop their GPT tools and AI tools further on for each person. There are multiple tools that you can use, and I can share the screenshots with Parul ma'am, which can be shared in the faculty groups, and listing all the tools, AI tools that can be used. Anyone else? Do you have any other question for me? So I'm taking it further. We are moving over to the next slide. So, what are the challenges in higher education marketing? The first and the foremost challenge that is to target diverse audiences. अब क्या होता है? हमने अभी बात किया कि एक घर के अंदर पले बड़े दो बच्चे एक जैसे नहीं होते, उनके माइंडसेट्स अलग होते हैं, उनका नेचर अलग होता है, वो किस तरीके से बिहेव करते हैं पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशंस में, वो भी अलग होता है। तो इसी तरीके से उनके रिएक्शन टाइम्स, वो एक पर्टिकुलर एड को जो हम रन कर रहे हैं अपने स्कूल का, उस पर कैसे रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं, क्या वो उनकी उस is it in sync with their requirements? Because as an institute, as a teacher, I might have 10,000 things to say to a particular child. But are those 10,000 things being understood by that child, because that child doesn't have that vocabulary, right? So, how do we address these audiences? How do we address these challenges? Is one question that comes in. Just give me a second, please. I'm sorry, Pablo ma'am, my screen is freezing because of certain network lag, I believe. Okay. So when we're talking about targeting diverse audiences, what are the few things that we need to understand? First of all, we need to understand that what is the AI's role here, how they can help you. They can analyze vast amount of data from various resources, your social media platforms, your website interactions, your CRM systems, and they can segment audience in specific demographics. What are the prospective students? How many current students are interacting? How many alumni members are there, and how many parents are interacting in those audiences? So let's say my prospective students are more than my current students or alumni students. So my messaging has to be different. If parent community is interacting more on these channels, so my messaging should be different. मैं वो वोकैबुलरी बोलूंगी जो दूसरा समझता होगा, मैं वो चीज कहूंगी जो दूसरा सुनना चाहता होगा। एक पेरेंट की नीड अलग है, एक प्रोस्पेक्टिव स्टूडेंट की नीड अलग है, एक अलुमनाई की नीड अलग है, और जो करंट स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनकी नीड अलग है। How to create multiple messages and how to understand that who are interacting the most. तो सेगमेंटेशन एंड टारगेटिंग से आपको एआई और जो है वहां से आपको हेल्प कर सकता है एनालाइज कराना, राइट? They can continuously monitor social media, review sites, and other online platforms to track mentions of the institution. It can help you in quickly identifying and responding to both positive and negative feedback. Now comes the most important aspect, that is your personalized communication, as we were talking about earlier. AI uses this segmented data to create highly personalized communication plan. मैं एज अ पेरेंट्स देख रही हूँ कि मुझे वहां पे क्या देखना है, मैं क्या चाहती हूँ कि मेरे पास क्या मैसेज आए। पहला, मैं एज अ पेरेंट हमेशा इनसिक्योर रहूंगी क्योंकि मैं इतना अपहीवल देख रही हूँ जॉब मार्केट के अंदर, इतना अपहीवल देख रही हूँ एजुकेशन के अंदर, कोई स्टेबिलिटी ना देखते हुए, क्योंकि आज ये नया आ रहा है मार्केट में, आज वो नया मार्केट में आ रहा है। तो मुझे क्या अश्योरेंस चाहिए कि मेरा बच्चा सही जगह पर है। और वो सेगमेंटेशन कैसे पता चलती है? पेरेंट कम्युनिटी को हम ये बताते हैं, फर्स्ट looking at the market requirements and the students development, we have created or curated these small little workshop series. Let's say 4 साल पहले जो कोर्स के अंदर नहीं था, जो आज है, हम उस कोर्स को एक रिफ्रेशर अलुमनाई स्टूडेंट्स के लिए दे रहे हैं। तो अलुमनाई स्टूडेंट्स के लिए ये मैसेज हो गया। पेरेंट्स को ये बताया कि फ्यूचर ट्रेंड्स एंड एनालिसिस को देखकर जब तक हमें यूजीसी से या स्कूल बॉडी कम्युनिटी से, रेगुलेटरी बॉडी कम्युनिटी से हमें एक कोर्स डेवलप करने का या कोर्सेज को लेके आने का वो नहीं मिल रहा है, जरिया नहीं मिल रहा है, मगर हम जानते हैं कि इसका फ्यूचर ट्रेंड्स को देखते हुए कि इसकी जरूरत होगी, सो वी आर क्रिएटिंग स्मॉल माइक्रो कोर्सेज विच चिल्ड्रन कैन अवेल after hours in school, after 3 o'clock, or online classes at a nominal cost or something. So parents would know, yes, इस चीज की जरूरत है and they are evolving themselves. Prospective students को क्या दिखता है? 4 साल पहले ये कोर्स नहीं था, इस कोर्स के अंदर ये मॉड्यूल नहीं था, इन्होंने अब इंट्रोड्यूस कराया है. Considering, so they are evolving their syllabus and curriculum. So we know that we would not be stagnant anywhere, right? So क्या हुआ यहाँ पे? हमने अपनी अपनी ऑडियंसेस के हिसाब से कि वो किस तरीके से इंटरेक्ट कर रही हैं, हमने अपना एक tailored message भेजा according to their interests and needs rather than what we wanted to tell them. हमेशा ध्यान रखिएगा, marketing is always based on what the other person wants to hear and what the other person wants to get addressed, rather than you telling them that this needs to be done या फिर मुझे ये आता है. आप मार्केट अपने आप को ऐसे ही करते हैं. जब सेल्स की बात आती है तब आपने यूएसपीज और इन सब चीजों को लेके आते हैं. दे आर कंप्लीटली टू डिफरेंट फंक्शंस. Now let's talk about maintaining brand reputation. How do you maintain your brand reputation? Any institute, any member is a brand in itself. पहला, आपके online presence को monitor करना. AI-powered tools can continuously monitor social media, review sites, and other platforms to track mentions of the institution. इससे हमें ये पता चलता है कि पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव फीडबैक क्या चल रहा है और हम उस पर क्या काम कर सकते हैं, कैसे इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं. फिर सेंटिमेंट एनालिसिस. एआई कैन एनालाइज कि पब्लिक परसेप्शन क्या जा रहा है, राइट? वो नेचुरली जो लैंग्वेज है, जो डेटा है, उसको डिटरमिन करती है पॉजिटिव, नेगेटिव, न्यूट्रल, एस्पिरेटरी, मोटिवेशनल, इंस्पिरेशनल, उन एस्पेक्ट्स के ऊपर, और वो सेंटिमेंट आपको बताती है दैट हाउ इट इज वर्किंग एज. लेट्स इमेजिन एआई एज अ वॉच टावर, जो पूरा एक जमीन से तकरीबन 20 से 50 फीट के ऊपर पे है, और उस वॉच टावर पे आपका सेंटिनल तैनात है एंड वो पूरा ले ऑफ द लैंड देख सकता है. AI serves exactly like that. So it's a watchtower that oversees the entire online landscape, of your institution. It would alert you immediately of any fire, that is negative comment. It would alert you of any celebration, that is positive feedback. Any goof up that might be happening on the campus, so that it gives you a window to respond appropriately and maintain a very strong and a robust brand image. Real time alerts लगा सकते हैं आप. कहीं पे भी नेगेटिव कमेंट हुआ या रिव्यू डिटेक्ट हुआ, आपको रियल टाइम alerts जो है मार्केटिंग टीम के पास जा सकते हैं, so that they can address issues promptly and prevent them from escalating. ट्रेंड एनालिसिस देख सकते हैं आप कि ऑनलाइन कन्वर्सेशंस के अंदर और दूसरी इंस्टीट्यूशंस के ऊपर, प्लेटफॉर्म्स के ऊपर भी किस तरीके की चीजों की बातें हो रही हैं और आप कैसे उनको इनकॉर्पोरेट कर सकते हैं, because that would help your brand resonate well with the audience and what areas may need improvement and what are the opportunities that are being open to you. Engagement. So by understanding the sentiment and the context of the conversations of online discussions, you can very well craft responses that are empathetic and aligned with the brand messaging, aligned with the institution's values. I hope I'm clear so far. Any comment, anything in the chat? Would anyone have any question for me? Paru ma'am, do you have any question for me?
Ma'am, I have a lot of, but after the session, definitely I would like to go, and
Then we'll
then
continue towards the
continue.
next slide.
Please.
Now, the third most important challenge that an institute faces is navigating the regulatory constraints. Because compliance, there are so many compliances online as well as the education policies also. So AI tools can at least help you ensure that all the marketing activities that are happening under GDPR, that is General Data Protection Regulation, right? Why are we talking about data privacy and advertising standards specific to the education sector? Because you have an image to uphold. You are the mentors, you are the builders of the society, right? You lay the foundation today for a future that's about to come 15 years hence, 10 years hence. Considering that the compliances come into existence, okay? Now, ethical marketing practices, you can say that your artificial intelligence can help you audit all your marketing content and strategies to ensure whether they meet the standards that you as an institution have laid down, and no kind of misleading, miscommunication, or misinformation is happening to the audiences, right? Now, think of it as a compliance officer, your artificial intelligence as a compliance officer, which is reviewing every marketing campaign and communication to ensure whether it adheres to all laws and guidelines, preventing any potential legal issue. कुछ भी स्टेटमेंट या कुछ भी मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन चली जाती है, सैडली हम एक ऐसी सोसाइटी में रहते हैं कि एक नेगेटिव 100 पॉजिटिव के ऊपर भारी पड़ जाते हैं और उसके इश्यूज बन जाते हैं. So data privacy can be managed. AI can manage data privacy. It can secure data, student data, and ensuring that all the communications are compliant with data privacy laws. They are not released to anyone. It might include managing consent forms, even food allergy, health related forms, and ensuring that personal data is only used for the purposes for which it was collected. That is the benefit of the child. Content audit. Artificial intelligence can review marketing content day in and day out to check for compliances with advertising standards, ensuring that all claims that are made are substantial and they are not misleading at all. Most importantly, regulatory updates. AI can keep track of changes in the regulations and ensure that marketing practices are updated accordingly. This proactive approach prevents any non-compliance issue, you know, that could arise from any outdated practices or anything that might have been miscommunicated over the platform. Yes. So to sum it up, don't take this as one slide. To sum it up, artificial intelligence has a very wide scope in development of the in development of an institute, in development of a faculty, in development of a student, in development of a brand. Okay. So, hello. Hello.
Some glitches, ma'am. Please continue.
Okay. So as we were saying that there's a huge and vast scope of higher education marketing. That was our topic. I thought that we would make it interactive and there would be many questions that would come in and I would take real-time challenges and analogies. So I am open to question and answers, not in the last 10 minutes, but right now. And I would be really obliged if people can come up with the real-time challenges as of now of their classrooms, and I can help them devise strategies that how they can integrate AI to overcome those challenges. So
before the question answers, can you share some experiences of yours? Because it's been a long journey you have been gone through, and definitely a very good communication and with the content of the digital media you are already been through. So let's give some light on that.
So I'll tell you what, ma'am. So I have been a primarily an educator. I was one of the first few peoples of an institute to incorporate presentations or to create classroom backgrounds through projectors so that it could become an immersive experience. So let's say there was a chapter on Midsummer Night's Dream. So I used to create presentations and the backgrounds on the slides and then project them on projector on the screen of whenever that we were talking about, right? So I won't say that was AI, but how it helped them, because we as human beings are primarily visual by nature. We retain things visually more than we do things by listening, right? हमारा interaction का ज़्यादा ज़रूरत होती है. So when we are talking about the journey as an AI development, people got to hear about ChatGPT in 2022, right? Not even 2022, in January 2023. I have been a ChatGPT beta tester since December 21. ठीक है, जब हमारा उस पे हो रहा था, and how did I get to know about it? I was one of the few people because my brother is based out of Silicon Valley. So he told me that there are certain things that I should be looking forward to, and if he could get me into those platforms. So I got an access to that, and I have developed a GPT which I don't have to. Now you develop your own GPTs as in, it's not that um, you know, it's not that you have to learn coding or something. Every person has their own behavior. Okay? If I have a personality archetype of a marketeer or a person who can speak freely, someone might have a very funny and a very jovial, what you call brand or personality archetype. Similarly, someone would have a caregiving archetype. So when you start interacting with your GPTs, those models start interacting and start imbuing that what would be your behavior if you were to write a question, if you were to write, write an answer to a particular question, what would be going in your mind? What is your language structure? And then they form it. So no two GPT answers. So no two GPT answers would remain the same, but they become personalized first. Second thing, GPT was developed as a resource, not as a tool. Okay, so when you know how to use a resource, we have teachers assistants in classes these days. We teacher delegate work to a prefectorial body, right? Why do they do that? Because they cannot be present everywhere. Dr. Shavi Kumar Pandey, when you say that can artificial intelligence improve your research work? Amazing. Now I would be moving over. I would stop sharing my screen. Now this is exactly what I wanted to do for long. Let me open up.
Before answer him, ma'am, even I would like to answer that if we are talking about the AI, and AI is ChatGPT. The first
No,
name we are
AI
always
is,
Shukal
no,
is
AI is not
ChatGPT.
only ChatGPT.
Not only, but it's a small, a tiny part of the ChatGPT.
Yes.
Then exactly how we can write the content for this that we know.
Just give me a second. I am just presenting you my screen again because now I'm opening up, because this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted a interactive based class, right? Can you see half a window on my desktop?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I'm opening chat 2, right? Can someone tell me now? Can anyone give me in the chat window? Can anyone give me a research topic? It could be anything, from liberal arts to sciences or anything. Anyone? Hmm. Then let me take it. Okay, so let's start. There's a new message, two new messages, thermal spray coating.
All right, then we can take thermal spray coating for reason. Rakesh Goyal ji have shared the
Okay.
topic.
Now there are many, you can see multiple scholarly topics, right? Articles for thermal spray coating for corrosion. Okay. So you are reading these topics, you have to do that. Right now, what am I doing? I'm just taking their URLs and pasting them here. Incorporate the article's understandings. Understand this, that how am I writing? Understandings, learnings, points to remember in a vivid and a comprehensive structured list, preferably in a bulleted form. So instead of me reading up 3 articles, what it did first, whatever I've read, I've read. I've made my notes. Now, what I've done, I have used these articles and probably what I might be missing on and might not be missing on, it had laid it out for me completely, the GPT. Now, basis these articles, what would be the next question? Basis these articles, create, now basis these articles and many more like these, like such, help me create 10 unique topics for creating my research paper on thermal spray coating. Thermal spray coating for corrosion.
Ma'am, it's not coating, it's control.
Okay.
Thermal spray control to horizon. Anyways, just an example you are giving, no worries.
Yeah. So what it did, it gave me 10 different topics that I can start working and analyzing. Okay. To explore the application's effectiveness, future of thermal spray coatings in combating corrosion. Comparative analysis of thermal spray coating techniques and corrosion prevention. Microstructural evolution of thermal spray coatings in marine environments. Nanostructured thermal spray coatings enhancing corrosion resistance. Role of carbide-based thermal spray coatings and high temperature. So you could understand that all that research that could go in, it had helped me build upon that, right? it's coating for corrosion control. Thermal spray coating for corrosion control, right? So corrosion resistance, corrosion control, we had just given it a keyword, Rakeshji, and it had done its job. So do these topics make sense to you? Basis on 3 articles. Now we can guide our children to take a particular topic, that these are the newer angles that they can develop while writing their papers. Yes. So what we were able to do, guide them. It's not that we have just cut, copy, pasted. We read it, we know about other products, and it has helped us to see, because had it been me, right, I probably, since I would have talked about my subject, so I would have come to know that, okay, this is a newer angle that we can provide our children. This is a newer angle that we can provide our children, and our children or our students could see that it was a new aspect that even I was not thinking on, but with the latest development, even this could be made, into a probable scenario. So you could see this, that how research work was improvised. First example was that whatever I had read, and I might have missed out something or the other while making notes. What I did, I had fed it to the system, and it gave me a comprehensive insight that what all these papers were talking about. And if they match my notes, it's well and good. If they don't match my notes, I'll basically try and find more about it, that how I probably missed it and I need clarity on. First. Second, when it comes to research papers and creating topics for our PhDs and whatever or the case studies, or any white paper that a child has to submit, he was able to submit and probably do it. You were able to guide them. Why? Because you have had a wide spectrum of knowledge and all the scholarly articles or everything that you had put in. So it helped you cut down a bit of your research work. And whatever would come out of here, I'm sure that there would be certain areas where it would make mistakes also. But you have the knowledge and you would be able to corroborate that out of 10 such topics, 7 of them are relevant. Let me give those 7 relevant topics to the student, and he might pick any one of them to build upon it. Is this clear, sir? So this is one practical example that I've given you. Any other? And I would really love to have multiple such examples. Thank you, Dr. Shavi. Shall I please repeat the process again? Okay. So let's start with the topic again. This is the topic. I'm starting a new GPT. Now I'm giving specific instructions. My GPT knows how to behave because I had been training it in such a way, and then what I expect of it, so it is able to predict my answers in that way. So now when I'm writing it, I'm writing the prompts that you might be using. Okay. So let's start with this. I would be sharing some URLs of scholarly articles, research papers, and websites. Kindly assimilate the information related to, sorry, related to thermal spray coating for corrosion control, and wait for the instructions. Here are the URLs. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to feed the URLs to the GPT. I'm doing it a random way. Definitely you would be using and you would be reading it. Springer is a good journal. And what I've done, I've given it some articles, developed a prompt, and asked him that once it assimilates all the information, it should wait for the instructions rather than creating something new. Okay, so the summaries are coming in, it's assimilating and it's telling me that what needs to be done. Now I'm going to give its instructions. I'm a researcher writing a paper on thermal coatings, and I want to corroborate my understanding with the papers that I have shared with you. Kindly let me see, let me know all the important points, co-connections, um, points that can be further explored individually as a study on its own, so that I can self-assess whether I am on the right track. Thank you, Dr. Charu. Thank you, Dimple. Thank you, Dimple, ma'am. Now, you could see this. This is what it did. It also suggested that there could be areas for further study. We could do a comparative performance, material innovations, application methods, so on and so forth, right? What interests me most now? Now, let me take any of these articles. This is, though it is plagiarism, but now what the most important thing that we need to do is this, Control C. Oh, even it says that AI can improve the research. Now, I'm writing, this is an article. Kindly compare it with the others and help improvise it by providing suggestions. I've done this. Now I'm adding this. So what I might have copied here, from here, it could be our own article that we might have written. Okay. Now that would help us that whatever we might have missed in, it would let us know that this is something that you can do further to improve your article, and the self-assessment happens here itself. Next question could be, can you please help, rather than be assertive, please help suggest a relevant and a unique topic and content structure for a 5,000 worded thesis on the same niche. Sorry, Sunita ma'am, I was actually typing, I was not addressing. So that's why I was mumbling to myself. I would make note of it. So you could see this. Parul ma'am, this session is being recorded. So I know that it would help people to go through this again. And if the school allows, we can create a comprehensive workshop only on AI and how faculties can use it. It could be for faculty, it could be for students, and it could also be for admin staff, but separately.
Definitely, ma'am. In after this FDP, asking by the director, sir, definitely keep a particularly AI this session with you. Definitely.
Thank you
And
so much, ma'am.
thank
Now,
you so much. Yes, ma'am, please.
could you see this, everyone? First of all, I told him that this might be my article. Can you do the comparative analysis and suggest me the improvements? So it suggested me the improvements. Then I also asked the GPT that help suggest a relevant and unique topic and content structure for a 5,000 worded thesis.
Chandiran, sir.
And it suggested me a thesis topic, advanced thermal spray coatings for corrosion and erosion resistance in high temperature industrial applications. It told me the content structure, that how I should approach it, how should I structure my thesis and start writing it. So think about it, the mental load that it has taken up from one faculty member to do this with 20 odd such students. They are doing it. Definitely their knowledge would come into play, because this, they would further enhance this with their inputs. Can I stop sharing? Is there any other question for me here? Hello?
Great, ma'am. Thank you. Let people think once if they would like to ask any question. Till then, let's have a ad break.
Thank you.
देखो कल तक तो हमारे साथ था और अब कितना सक्सेसफुल है।
सक्सेसफुल क्यों ना हो, प्रोफेशनल एजुकेशन भी तो सुबोध मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट से ली है, जहाँ मिलता है बेस्ट प्लेसमेंट, राजस्थान की मोस्ट एक्सपीरियंस्ड फैकल्टी और बेहतरीन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, साथ ही AICTE अप्रूव्ड और RTU से एफिलिएटेड। मेरी MBA एजुकेशन की बेस्ट चॉइस।
तुम्हारा ही क्यों, मेरा भी।
सुबोध मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट, मैनेज्ड बाय SS जैन सुबोध शिक्षा समिति जयपुर, सेलिब्रेटिंग 100 years of academic excellence, behind Metro Mass Hospital, Shiprapad, Mansarovar, Jaipur. For admissions, call 9829844446.
Thank you. So, last for the 15 seconds, do anyone have any question? Kindly ask, or rather we are just going to end this session. There is one more. Ma'am, this content is great and I think it needs a 1 hour detailed session on this. Kindly share your detail. I want your session in my university too. Definitely, sir, Rakesh ji. I'm going to share her contact number and the details later on. And thank you so much, ma'am. Definitely, it's really needed for all of us, for all the faculty members who really want to go through for the abstract and the paper, publishing the paper. Yes, yes.
This
Already,
is
yes.
just one aspect, ma'am. There are multiple things that we can use it to reduce our, mental load and be more effective in what we do.
Definitely. Yesterday, ma'am, I was announced that maybe on Wednesday, tomorrow, we are going to share the international conference date soon. So this session definitely will help you now to make the papers to publish in our international conference. So this is absolutely a wonderful session. Thank you, Subhuhi ma'am, for your time, for your informative session. I, Parul Bhargav, the coordinator of this program. And here among us, we have respected director, Sir Professor Dr. Raju Agarwal also. Thank you so much, sir. You always give such a wonderful platform in which every day we learn lot of things. Lot of learning and learning is endless. And all the respected faculty members and participants who are here, very keenly listening and very patiently listening this session. Again, we have 3 days tomorrow. Also, we have a very wonderful session on social media content. Be there. Thank you. Already, we have shared the feedback on this chat box along with the YouTube chat box. Again, thank you. Signing off, Parul Bhargav. Thank you, Subhuhi ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.